Hello there, and we are live. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another episode. See, actually, yeah, it's episode 13, season one of, this show I like to call, one of probably my best shows too, because of the person I'm doing it with, very special guest of mine. Actually, me and him will be having our 1 year anniversary. I think is that today or tomorrow? I
Tomorrow, tomorrow.
think it's tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow,
Me and
yeah,
this brother will
tomorrow.
be having our
1 year.
anniversary tomorrow. At least when we started doing streams together, we started doing streams from a particular channel called One Touch TV, and since then it has been amazing times with me and this brother, on this channel, and I've been able to be blessed to go to his channel and do some shows, couple of shows there too. So Bant, man, big ups to you, my brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man, I'm good, man. Same old with me, man, Every
Mm,
day is a new challenge. Every day, I'm gifted. I'm
mm.
happy to be, I thank God and everything that I'm here, you know. So yeah, I'm grateful I'm breathing, grateful for my family, grateful, for my, my boy Tony, that his health is well. And the chat
Yeah.
as well. Just big up your chest as well. Hope everyone's having a good day, having a good evening.
Yeah, definitely. At least the people I'm very sure that's having a good evening is John Smith. John Smith, my friend from Facebook. John Smith, how are you doing, lady? Hope you're okay. John Smith, I really hope you're buzzing for that game against Burnley. Of course, me and my brother, um, uh, uh, you know, we'll chime into that one today. That'll be the biggest topic we'll be talking today. Although we'll be delving into some other general topics too before we get into that game too, because he also has a show to go do on his channel too. So we'll have to run it because he's having a back-to-back show today. Jan Smith, big ups to you. How are you doing, lady? Hope you're okay. Please, your predictions for the show for the matchup tomorrow. The Assembled is also down here with us. Big ups to you. I know that Jez just had a very bumper show right now, and big ups to Jez, man, killing it every time it comes on air. I also watched that too. Um, the assembled is down here too, so big up to the assembled guys. Just please run up the likes for us, and remember, Bant has a show immediately after this one, so you guys will have to run along down to Bant's channel. See, Bant, yeah, let's have a chat. I know we've not publicly had a chat since Arsenal uh, destroyed West Ham. I know we've not had that public chat yet. But brother, man, it was 6-0. What do you think? And mostly getting into this important match against Burnley. Now, people question you when you say very important match because then you have to also answer that question: how many matches are really important matches for Arsenal this season? But for me, every match, every time we step on that field this season, is an important matchup. My brother, um, uh, what do you think? Arsenal, West Ham, how did it go for you? And, how important is it for Arsenal getting into this Burnley matchup, man?
Yeah. When you don't hear from early doors TV all week, and you don't hear nothing from the likes of Yeti, you've had a good week. So yeah, it was a mauling.
You know you've had a good week.
Yeah, it could have been 9-10 against West Ham. And
Hmm.
as much as West Ham were poor, we were actually very good against West Ham. I think Arteta got, you know, almost everything spot on.
Hmm.
Even down to when he brought on Waneri, and
Hmm.
we just cruised in the second half. But we killed the match by half time, 4-0 by half time. Declan Rice, set pieces, why haven't we used him earlier? Because he seems to put, the ball on a plate.
Decent crosses in.
Oh, look,
Let's say it
look,
as it is. Yeah, exactly, man. It's
he's
nice.
brilliant. He's brilliant,
decent,
and Saka,
decent
yeah,
numbers in.
yeah. So he was brilliant. I thought Saka was probing at first, and then he got into the game, and then you know what? Yeah, he was making good runs, and that ball over the top from Trossard. And then he got the penalty. He scored the penalty. Trossard as well. He was asking questions. Brilliant goal from him. Trossard was brilliant as well. I just think everyone had a very good game last week, and full praise to the team,
Yeah.
and full praises to Arteta for because often we like to go for the manager's neck, isn't it? And it doesn't change the fact of my goals for the end of the season with this manager, but I have to give him his flowers against West Ham. And a lot of people doubted that we would go into this West Ham game with confidence to beat this team, but we did.
See, Bantia, see, to what extent do we evaluate the changes, yeah, that has taken place since we came back from Dubai? To what extent do we attach that importance to Mikel Arteta? Can't we also say that the team has also stepped up? I mean, the boys themselves have also stepped up rather than just, probably maybe attach it to Arteta's tactics. See, I'm just a radio guy. I'm not saying this is what it is, but all I'm just saying is, to what extent do we also give praises to the squad themselves, to the people, to the team members that have stepped up since coming back from Dubai? And of course, I will lay some context to what I'm trying to get at. Since the Dubai return, Martinelli has looked, he's looked quite, at least of a decent level to what he's been at the start of last season, which made us kind of like, feel him very, very well when he was playing in the first half of last season. Uh, he has stepped up. He scored more goals. He scored nearly up to 4 goals in about 4 matches. Bukayo Saka, he has stepped up completely from 5 weeks ago when he wasn't really getting in the act. He wasn't scoring goals per se. He wasn't helping the attack, the attack most of all. And it was looking kind of disjointed with him. He's completely stepped up in about 4 games. What would you say about Declan Rice, who has clearly assumed uh, a more progressive, if I want to put it in that way, a more progressive way of playing in this team, progressing the ball faster? Maybe he hasn't really gotten to do much in the team like he was doing 5, 6, 7 weeks ago. Right now, he sits deep in that midfield, galvanizes the team, and also, just like I was saying, he could score goals. And he has put in at least 1 goal and helped our transition quite quickly this season. And these 3 team members I've just talked about, very, very important to our Arsenal play, the Arsenal way. To what extent do we attach this new lease of life that we've already had in this team to Mikel Arteta or the team members who have actually stepped up?
Yeah, that's a great
Ellie does
question.
down here. Ellie does. We were just talking about you right now. It hasn't been long. Bant, was throwing some good jabs here and there. Just to wake Ellie Doors football. See ya, guys. Go subscribe to Ellie Doors Football TV. That's a brother. On this channel, man. We love Ellie Doors till death. Big ups to you, Ellie Doors, man. That's my brother. See ya, Bant. Talk to these people, man. David Shaw,
Yeah.
Man United. Big ups to David Shaw, man. He's a Manchester United fan, man. Big ups to him. It's been long I've seen him on this show. He represents one of those guys I started with on this platform. Big ups to you, David Shaw. Nice to see you. Nice to see you coming out. Now that Man United have strung some,
Oh
good
yeah,
game.
seeing a lot of those guys now coming out. They're all
It's
coming
coming
out
out.
now,
It's
talking about
coming out from the
stadiums and
woodwork.
all that. I
That's
know they're all
right.
coming
I'm
out from the
bringing
woodwork.
Fuzzy, a Man United fan, on Tuesday. it would be very nice, David Shaw, you come join me and that Man United fan. I might be bringing Abs if Abs have the time, or get one other Arsenal fan. But on Tuesday, it would be nice to have you on this channel, David Shaw. See, Bantman, talk to these people.
Yeah. So back to your question. So clearly, going to Dubai, has helped the players in terms of their mental state. You know, um, sometimes change is good, isn't it? Sometimes change is good. You know, and we weren't necessarily in a good place before we left. We had lost to West Ham, I believe. 2-0, could have been 3-0. We played okay, but we just wasn't clinical enough up to that point. And sometimes when you're backed into a corner, the only thing you can do is to fight your way out. And I think that the guys, they've shown a little bit. They've shown, mental fragility, and mental strength, as Wenger used to say, through the last, how many games? Is it 5 games? So Palace,
5 games now, man. Back to
yeah,
back,
5 games, back-to-back games. So, we have to give credit where it's due, and we have to give credit to Arteta, but we also have to give credit to the players as well. The players that have stepped up. I don't even need to name names, but we know the back two already. Gabriel Saliba, they give 100% already. The midfield of Declan Rice, who's actually improved our team coming to Arsenal. No doubt. Anyone who says he hasn't improved our team, they're a hater or they're lying. Saka is another thing as well. We need to talk on Saka as well, because Saka gets a lot of
let's talk about the
a lot of
elephant in the room.
disrespect. Yeah, we'll talk about that anyway. But Saka gets a lot of stuff, thrown at him, and I get that, because the standard is up there with him as well. But he's done okay. In a bad season, which he probably thinks is a bad season, he's actually done okay, and I'm sure he can still go up another level. But Trossard, the likes of Trossard stepping up while Jesus has been injured. Martinelli, although he didn't have his greatest game, you can see he's working hard. So we have to give credit to the players. And as you said at the start of the stream, we still have to keep going. We don't just stop now, because we've beaten West Ham, 6-0. It's only 3 points, but we still have to continue.
Yeah, definitely. But just because we've touched this, Bukayo Saka stuff. Yeah, Declan Rice. Let's slightly talk about this guy. Since he's arrived to this football club, man, you know, I just feel like we've not been using him uh, uh, to the best of his abilities. That's on a personal level. I'm not saying this is the opinion of most Arsenal fan, but to the best opinion that I know, I think he can get us more goals. I just sense more goals in this guy. Yeah, I don't believe it that this guy would just, is just that kind of guy to just sit in that number 6 role and just roam about and help break up play. I think there's more to this guy's game. Exactly what you saw against West Ham, my brother. I really think he can go all the way. It- I just really feel that he needs maybe someone who he can have a bit of an, interplay, interchange most of the time in the middle of the park. So when he moves up pitch in that 8 role, someone else will be, back in that number 6 role, trying to mop up the area and help protect the back four, and alternate it back when someone that has the abilities of, let's say, Thomas Partey, who has the ability to always kind of like cover the runs, make deep runs in that up pitch, progress the ball, and also can also help in that defensive duties, protecting the back four too. It can give him lots of license to roam about. It could alternate in that number 6, number 8 position too. That's where I see this guy playing it. What do you think, man?
Yeah, it's kind of like Rodri, isn't it? Rodri takes up advanced positions at times, and his shooting is very good as well. I think Declan's got the ability to come forward. Declan's very good at shooting. If you've noticed, he's better shooting than Thomas Partey. Just put it that way. But for me, I feel he's a better number 6 than a number 8. I think with a number 8, you need a bit more dynamism, in your play for a number 8. I don't think Declan's that type of player. I think he's better protecting the back four, coming forward every now and again, because sometimes you see him drive, and that's what he used to do for West Ham. He'd play as a pivot, I think with Suchek or whatever it was,
the drive,
and he would drive forward. When he drives forward, Declan Rice he's quite quick. He's not slow. Yeah, when you look at him, when he drives forward, he's a very quick player. Yeah, he's deceptively quick. So I get that, him coming forwards, every time, but he's got to have that license, and he's got to have someone that he trusts, that's gonna protect that back while he drives forward. But no, I think Declan Rice has got everything. I think he's got everything in his locker, to be honest. He's a great player.
Exactly. Guys, welcome to the show. I wanted to surprise Bant this evening, so I didn't tell him about this person that I wanted to bring this person. I just wanted it to be a big surprise on our anniversary show. Tech TV, you're welcome to the channel. You're welcome to the show. Guys in the chat, you already know Tech TV. Is already one of our big collaborators down here from the Good Partnership. With me, him, and Bant already on this channel, and he has his own, channel that his channel is doing good too. So, see it, Tech TV. You're welcome to the show. Welcome to my anniversary show with Football Bant, man. How you doing, Tech?
Mute.
Your audio. You have no audio. You're mute.
Oh, my bad.
Now you're on.
Gotta give thanks for life, man. You get me? So pleasure to be here, man, as always.
See, Tech, without mumbling words, what do you think about Declan Rice? Because we'll soon go into this Burnley issue, because Bant has a show coming up back to back right now. We'll have to go down there. Craig Matthews is in the chat. I'll be having the Big Four on Sunday. Come watch me, Craig. Probably Football Band, Weezer, coming back from a long
whole squad.
Big me, Craig. I can't wait to welcome Craig Matthews back. That's my brother, also, man. That's my brother. See ya. Chime in on this Declan Rice issue, because people have been saying, "Hey, let's just leave him in that number 6 position." I hear that. I really understand that. But in games like that West Ham game, where you've seen him take a little bit of an advanced position, maybe just a little bit behind Martin Odegaard, running the show in the middle of the park, protecting our back four also, you can see that he can do both jobs quite well. And he could also progress the ball. And just like Bant said, he's deceptive. That's the key word. Deceptively fast enough. He has that drive. He can do it. What do you think, man? Because if he keeps dominating the midfield like this, man, I really do think this guy can also score more goals. Look at what he did to his own former team, West Ham. That world deal for Bolter he scored that day, man. I'm sure it's still ringing bells in your head, Lante.
Yeah, it was good, man. I enjoyed the game. You get me? He played very well in that game as well. It's like he played like he had a point to prove. Because I remember the last game, I think it was the one at the Emirates, where he had a little bit of a shocker in that game, if I'll be honest. But it's like he came back and thought, you know what, this is my playground, so I've got something to prove. So I was very happy with the performance. What a finish, by the way. I can't even lie. when that went in, yeah, I went mad. I was like, flipping hell. I was like, I'm so disappointed he didn't celebrate though, because after the way they were
I
booing
was
him, I
crying
would
for
have
Ellie Doors
celebrated,
in the
fam.
show.
I would have
When
celebrated.
that ball went in, I
I'm
was
not gonna
crying for
lie.
Ellie Doors. Crying. What a goal.
No, it was mad still, but yeah, like what Bance was saying though, it is true. I think he is a better striker of the ball than Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is probably the better passer, the guy that gets
Mm,
forward better. But yeah, man, like I'm just so impressed with Declan Rice, bro. I can't lie, like he's such a good addition to the team. Like I'm glad like we bought him in the end. Like it's mad
yeah.
because he's been the one holding up the midfield, if we're being honest. Because without him in our
Mm,
midfield, yeah, our midfield is looking a bit dead, fam. So I'm
mm.
just glad that we have him and he stayed fit, to be honest. So that's the big plus, that he's actually been available and stayed fit. So yeah, man,
And stayed
it was
fit.
good. It was good.
That's even on the see, we've undervalued that fact that this guy has been fit all season.
Mm.
Like we've not totally even given that a thought. Football band. I'm talking of Declan Rice. He's a fit Thomas Partey. Of course, not of the same level for me. Not of the same level of Thomas Partey. Let's get that correctly. But again, he's a fit Thomas Partey. We can actually be assured to have in our team week in, week out. His injury record, it's amazing. It's even better than at West Ham, personally.
Mm. Yeah, no. These are the type of players you want in your team, isn't it? Declan Rice's,
Mm.
the Salibas, the
Uh-huh.
Gabriels. These players rarely get injured, and this is why Declan Rice is £100 million player, because he's available, almost all the time.
Mm.
He hardly misses games. We might have the odd 1, 2 games here or there, but he rarely gets injured. And I don't really want to just say that and then all of a sudden now he starts suffering injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
he's he's all action. He's all action. He's a great player. And yeah, I don't want to do the comparisons yet, because people like to compare like him with, when it comes to Arsenal, we have to compare. But I just think he's going about his business, and it'd be lovely if we can win a title with him one day, you know. It'd be lovely.
Yeah, definitely. We have
Yeah.
to definitely we have to see it, guys. Let's touch this rumor going about. Yeah, I want to really sample you guys' opinion about this. And Bant, of course, you have to take a lead on this one. This is your show also, because you're a co-host on this show. This rumors of Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe coming to Arsenal. See, yeah, guys, when I saw it, I was gassed up a little bit.
I bet you was.
I was gassed up a little bit. I started celebrating. I know Vance would laugh at this, man. Vance, I started celebrating, man. And I know you'll be shaking your head and saying, oh my God, these guys, are these guys serious? See, the football band, I was happy hearing Arsenal, at least in that conversation. And Mikel Arteta, of course, you guys know I don't really respect him because he hasn't given us a title yet. But he made mention of something in his press conference yesterday. He said that a reporter asked him about this Kylian Mbappe issue, and he said, his words, he said, um, it's always nice that Arsenal could be in the conversation. Keyword, conversation of a player of Kylian Mbappe's ilk. So, see, now let me ask you guys, is it impossible for Arsenal to go for the big one? Is it impossible for us to go and table a distance contract for Kylian Mbappe? I'll put context to it. Kylian Mbappe has just told PSG and their management that he's leaving the football club at the end of the season. Now, that means he's going to be coming on a chip, on a free. Arsenal doesn't have to pay any amount of money in terms of in the transfer circles. So he's coming in basically free. How about we drop that, that wage bump on him, write a decent contract, bring this guy into the football club. Since we're already thinking of spending 100 million on a player like Ivan Tony, yeah, why can't we get someone who's quicker, faster? Of course, not Premiership proven, but he's one of the best brands out there in terms of attacking football. You know it. So, what do you guys think, man? Should we be thinking of bringing in Kylian Mbappe into this football club? Will it disrupt anything? Just mumble it into into one statement, and let's see how we go about it, Bant.
You know what? Getting Mbappe, I knew you was going to ask this question today. I knew you was going to talk about this question. You see, I was doing
You knew it was
Salt
coming,
Bay.
right?
I was doing Salt Bay with a pinch of salt, yeah, because I knew, I just had the feeling that I can't see it happening. I cannot see it happening. However, even though there's talk of him going somewhere else, can never rule it out. You can never rule it out. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Mbappe, number 14 shirt, playing for Arsenal? Yeah, 200. Wages. What's he on? 800 grand a week or something like that.
700,000 pounds.
700,000. Imagine us putting 200 grand just for 200 million just for him. Just for his wages. Imagine us just, our whole transfer budget, we don't buy no one, and we just put like £200 for his wages. Yeah,
I would just put that money. Exactly. Right?
Yeah, I think that's bringing us a title. I think having Mbappe in our team is actually bringing us one title, two titles. Maybe a Champions League. Yeah, he's that good. I don't care about the Premier League proven. He doesn't have to prove anything. Yeah, the guy is world class. Yeah, I know he plays in the Mickey Mouse. I know he plays in the Mickey Mouse League or whatever you want to call it, but the guy, is second to probably Haaland in world football. No one don't talk about Mbappe because he's playing in that league, but the guy puts up the numbers. Yeah, he's a phenomenal player. I think he's technically, he's technically better than Haaland. Obviously, Haaland's a better goal scorer, but when it comes to technical, this guy's got it all. It would be a pipe dream, but that's all it is at the moment. But I would never rule anything out. It could happen. You never know. Henri is one of his, heroes, role models. Never rule it out. You can never rule it out.
You can never rule that out. See, of course, I'll be going to that question to find out what Lion Tech thinks about that. But again, those of you in the chat, let us know, because these rumors are becoming more strong. 2 days ago, he's saying that he will catch that Arsenal fever. Mikel Arteta saying that, of course, Mikel Arteta lies a lot anyway at times, to be very frank. But but for some reason, Mikel Arteta have said that, is Arsenal to be in that conversation is something different. So I don't really, to be very sincere with you, when Real Madrid is in this conversation, it makes it more difficult for us to be in that shout. It makes it difficult. But again, I still do think that that football in this, like in Spain right now, might be having a lot of problems in terms of raking in the cash and all that. So they might be a little bit, careful when it comes to the wages that would be spent on this guy. Let's be frank, it's not Real Madrid of the Galactico era. I don't think they can really and confidently say we're giving this guy 700,000. Come on, bruv. They have other players down there. They have to foot the bill. I don't really think it's a big brand. I get that, but again, I think Real Madrid is balking at that price, at the wages. They want him to take a pay cut, and this guy might not take a pay cut. Arsenal was already willing. Is already willing to go splash 100 and something million on Ivan Toney. So why not use that same budget and just say, all right, Kylian Mbappe, well, come to Arsenal. We don't pay any fee. Just have that's your wages. No victor, no vanquish. We have this guy in our team. We could literally cause destruction and leave destruction at its wake against Europe, against teams in the Premiership. Imagine that partnership between him, Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard seating in just behind the striker. This will literally cause damage. Lion Tech, are you in the same realm with us? When it comes to this Kylian Mbappe issue. Shout out to Malia. Shout out to Elidos TV, The Assembled, everyone who is in the chat. Big up to you guys. Smash the like button and tell us if you want Kylian Mbappe in this football club. Just before we go into this Burnley matchup. Yeah, Lion Tech, tell us, man. Kylian Mbappe to Arsenal. What do you think?
Yeah, Tony, I'd love to have Mbappe. Don't get me wrong, I'd love that, man. That would be, boy,
You
that
love the
would be
good things of
mad.
life, brother.
Bro, I can't
Yeah,
lie.
Vance, the
If
same
that
thing.
was to happen, yeah, boy, I'd be majorly shocked if that happened, fam. If I'll be honest. To be honest, I do think he's going to end up at Real Madrid, if I'll be real. But I'm glad that we should at least be in the conversation to be like, you know what, we're going to try and get players like that. You get me? So if we want to win titles, compete for the Champions League, these are the kind of world-class players that you got to be playing. Get me? And he's a free signing. We just got to pay the wages, which is going to be a lot of wages. But we've got players that we can sell that are on big wages. Like the King of Zamunda can go. Get me? That number 14 is there waiting. You get me? That number 14 is waiting if we get rid of the King of Zamunda. So, like, it would be mad, fam. It would be mad. I can't lie. But, like, when I first saw the stories, I was just like, really? I don't know. I'm not really trusting it kind of thing. I was thinking, is that... Because it's not the first time we've been linked with Mbappe. Because if you remember, we was linked with him when he was at Monaco under Arsene Wenger. And we could have got him then.
True.
And I just thought, oh, maybe we've missed our chance with that. But the fact that it came out that like he wants to follow the footsteps of Thierry, like I thought, okay, that might give us a bit like of a chance. But who knows at this point? I'm just keeping it mellow at the minute. So I'm just keeping it with a straight head and thinking, would he go to Arsenal? Would he go to Real Madrid? I don't know, but don't get me wrong, I'd love it at Arsenal. I would be milking that all day long if that happened. I can't even lie.
All day long,
but I do think he would go Real Madrid in the end. I do. I think he'll go Real Madrid.
Let me give you a quick scenario. Let me give you a quick scenario, and this is just a quick scenario.
Please do.
Arsenal.
Shout out to E. Ross. Shout out to Anthony Herbert, who's in the chart. Shout out to E. Ross, who's in the chart. Shout out to John Sinclair TV. That's a Newcastle fan. Big friend of this channel. Love this guy to the core.
Big up.
If you need a Newcastle fan, of course, the one that's not the Google of football, because we have Steve Mahala, who is the Google of football. This guy's a great guy. He understands Newcastle, understands the Premiership. Go subscribe to his channel, John Sinclair TV. A Newcastle fan, but he loves football and a great guy. See, Bant, you are about to give us some scenarios.
I'm a scenario person. Arsenal win the Champions League this season. Say Arsenal win the Champions League this season. Does that make our case stronger for Mbappe to come to Arsenal? Yeah. I'm not saying obviously, so you don't know. Anything can happen, man.
Yeah, if that was to happen, it would probably give us a better chance.
Let that sink in.
That's a big if, though.
Let that sink in. Man, I feel that statement, man. If Arsenal wins the trophy this season, imagine we just win the Premiership. Like, that would be the icing on the cake. It would be like, okay, so that hoodoo of Arsenal not winning a big trophy, can all go away, and I could just make that transition quite quickly. That might be another
Money as
scenario,
well.
man. Look, exactly,
Exactly.
man. Exactly, man. And again, this Champions League team, to be very sincere, this Champions League team, if Mikel Arteta is a serious football coach, this Champions League teams I'm seeing here, they're not good enough. If Arsenal can get their act right, we can go all the way in this Champions League. But of course, that's if Mikel Arteta gets his act right, gets his
It's
substitution
got to be
spot on.
perfect. Everything has to be
Trust the manager to
perfect.
do that.
Everything
So
has to be
that's
spot on
the
for that.
problem.
Literally.
This team in the Champions League, I'm sorry, man, the quality ain't good enough. Even Man City struggled a bit against FC Copenhagen. Let's be frank. And we've beaten Man City this season. Anyone can have it. We've beaten Liverpool, for me, the best team in Europe as we speak. That's what I feel in Europe. So if we've beaten these teams, Arsenal have a chance against teams like Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan. We have a chance over these guys. I literally don't fear these guys if we're on our A game any day, anytime. So it all boils down to the manager and his tactics and how he goes about this thing, man. I really look at that Champions League as a place we can do something.
Do some damage.
Tech, I know you might have a different idea, but shout it out. Let's see. Champions League. Do you think we're going to go all the way in this champion? Do we have the minerals to get us over the line?
At the moment, no, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong, but at the minute, I just think we just don't have enough to get over the line. Don't get me wrong. It does depend on the luck of the draw as well. If you can avoid like the teams like Real Madrid and Man City, but although to win the Champions League, you have to beat these teams anyway. So I'm not saying that we should avoid these teams, but if we get them, we get them, innit? But the first things first, we need to get past Porto, because I'm not even looking past Porto at the minute, to be honest. And that game's next week, and that's away from home. True. So we got to do a job on them. And then if we beat them away and then we beat them at home, then I can think of, what's next. So first things first, we got to just take care of business with Porto. And that's the main thing. And until we do that, we can't really be dreaming about Champions League yet. So just one game at a time. That's how I'm doing it with it right now. So I'm not really going to get my hopes up about that, but I'd love us to do it, because I want the Champions League more than anything. So I hope they prove me wrong.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Fingers crossed.
But of course, that's
a
what I'm
saying.
We've never won. So,
yeah,
definitely. But again, Bant, are we overlooking Porto in any way? Are we overlooking this team in any way? Because I've not really seen many Arsenal fans being disturbed about this Porto thing. So, what do you are we ahead of ourselves in not taking this threat a little bit? I'm not hearing it in the mouths of Arsenal fans of how difficult the match might look like. So it makes me think that we're overlooking Porto as an opposition just a little bit.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't, because I think next week, then things will start to hot up, probably from Sunday or something, and we'll start getting into it. But, Arteta's got a lot to prove, he couldn't get a passport in Lisbon, another Portuguese team. And Porto's going to be a challenge. We talk all the time recently, and we're careful with our words. And every game, even the Burnley game, I've not heard us going on about, we're gonna go over there, smash them 5-0, 6-0. We just got to be just humble, and we just got to be pragmatic at this time. Porto's, do you know what? Porto could go either way. We could either, go out there, we could either smash them, or they're going to make it difficult for us. There's two ways. So I'm not taking the Porto game as an easy walkover. I think it might be a difficult game. I don't look at Porto's league form of how they're doing in the league or how we're doing in the league. I look at a game in isolation, you know, and it's a head to head, isn't it? So, you know, they've got
Yeah,
good players, we've got good players, and styles make fight in this game. So yeah, I can't really say. I'm confident that we'll beat them, but you know, it's one of them games, isn't it? You know, that Arteta still has to prove a
it's one
lot.
of those games. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's one of those games. Lion Tech, would you like to chime in on this Porto stuff before we go into this Burnley stuff in the next 15 minutes? Porto, do you think, yeah, that we're kind of like underrating this team in any way? Are we overlooking this team? Do you think this team can generate cause us problems on Wednesday?
Well, to be honest, anything can happen in football, you know what I mean? So you just never know. Like Champions League is one of them competitions where you have to get it spot on because those European teams, yeah, there's no easy games, if I'm being honest. There's no easy games. They could easily scalp
Yeah,
us over there, and then we're playing catch up at the Emirates. So we literally just have to be on our game, literally play our game, take the chances when they come, defend well. And I am confident that we can get a result there. But it ain't going to
yeah,
be an easy game. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to go there and smash them. Although I would love for us to. That would make it a lot easier, obviously. But no, I think like it'll be a good game. I do think we'll beat them in the end, but it's not going to be easy. And I'm not going to
okay,
underestimate them because it's the Champions League and they have pedigree in the Champions League. They've won it before. They have more pedigree than us. So it's one of them where we have
yeah,
to prove under this manager that we can go far in Europe because his European history is shambolic. Let's be honest.
it's
Like he's got
shambolic. Yeah,
yeah,
it's
because
horrible.
he got to one
Yeah.
semi-final and messed that one up. So and since then he's not really got
Mm,
past what the last 16 in the Europa League. So
mm.
the big
In the
test
Europa
for him
League.
is to get
Mm,
past the last 16 in the Champions League because let's not forget this is his first season in the Champions League, so he's all new to this himself. So at the end of the day, he's still
mm.
got a lot to prove. So I'm praying to the Lord that we beat them and we go through. And then if we do that, then whoever comes, we just have to deal with it, innit? Whoever we get. So
Mhm.
we just have to deal with it when it comes. But just concentrate on beating Porto. That's the main thing. Just beat them and then see what happens afterwards.
See what
Like just
happens afterwards.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, Vance, yeah. See, we go to face Burnley at top more. See, you know Burnley, yeah. When they want to come out for a fight, they will come out for a fight. We all know this, yeah. That's in tough more. Yeah, they will be without their coach who's serving a touchline ban. Just the same thing that Mikel Arteta experienced, some couple of games ago. So he wouldn't be at the touchline. That's an additional problem piling up for Burnley. But this is the big one. In 24 games, yeah, Burnley have just scored 25 goals. So offensively, they're not a big threat. In the midfield, neither are they a threat in the midfield at all. So Arsenal should win that midfield battle easy, easy. When talking about their defensive setup, my brother, Burnley have conceded 50 whooping. See, let this sink in, Banks. In 24 games, Burnley have conceded 50 goals. Let that sink in. That's approximately the worst in the Premier League this season. If, in the grand scheme of things, it's only Sheffield United that might be better than them with 66 goals conceded this season. So I think they're second best to to Sheffield United. So let's just get that out of the way. Yeah, good. Now let's go into the more serious one. Do you think we can go into tough more? Malhandle these guys. See, we've shown last weekend that we can go away and and discipline this side. We've literally done that this past weekend. Can we go to tough more? and tell Burnley you without your manager in the touchline. We'll look at you, we'll bamboozle you, we'll power the pressure, we'll score more goals, we'll control the midfield. And of course, that extra threat that we dangling this season, set pieces. We seem to bully these teams in set pieces. Bant, talk to us, man. Talk to these people. Burnley.
Yeah, I've not really got any worries about this game. And sometimes you have to get to a point where you know what, you have to have chest, and I do believe we're gonna beat these guys. I'm not gonna be disrespectful and say 4-5 nils, because it's I don't think it's gonna be like that. I think Burnley's still gonna have some fight in them. You know, they're playing for pride at home. You know, and I think we approach this game patiently. You know, we won't go in, you know, naive and, you know, straight for the kill. You know, I think we'll be patient. I think we'll zip the ball about a bit. You know, we'll make them chase us, tire them out a little bit, and then we just take advantage of them. You know, I'll give you my score prediction in a bit, but I really think we're gonna beat this team. Maybe not a battering, but I can't see us dropping points at Burnley personally.
See, big ups to Drew Gunners Gaming. If you need your graphics, that's the guy to go to. Big up to him, Drew Gunners. I would likely get my graphics very soon from him. We have Hendon Gunner, who's down here with us. You know, respected Gunners are down here with us. They've come into the chat to come talk to us. See, yeah, Lantec, you've just heard my brother Bant talk about this Burnley game. What do you think about this Burnley game? Do you think these guys, you know, they're ripe for that beating? Yeah, for that. You know, the teams haven't really smashed them up this season. Yeah, it has just been this little 2-0, you know, 3-1. Like, you know, they haven't really gotten a serious drubbing this season. Do you think Arsenal is on that lookout, you know, for for dropping another, you know, a relegation bound team? Do you think we're going into tough more and you know, doing the stanky leg down there and you know, throwing the darts down there, you know, Bant, you know, that's the new celebration right now. Yeah, you know, you've been talking about me celebrating. Maybe I'll just do the darts these days. Yeah, I just maybe that would be suiting to you a little bit. But see, Alan Tech, man, talk to these people, man. What do you think, Burnley?
Yeah, I do think we'll beat them. I don't think we're gonna do a West Ham and slap them 6-0. I don't think it'll be that type of game, because you know every game is different. So I think we'll control the game. We'll pass. We'll keep possession. Hopefully, we'll take our chances when they come, like what we did last week. So I think it's not going to be an easy game, but I do think we'll get the job done. And I think we have to get the job done anyway, because every single game is a must win. So we got to treat it like a must win every single game, because City, they're probably going to beat Chelsea more than likely, and Liverpool might beat Brentford. I'm hoping my boy Tony does a job on them. Please, Tony, come on, do your job, brother. You know what I mean? But
do the undercover job,
yeah,
Tony.
yeah, do the job, Tony. You know the thing, man. But yeah, man, I do think we'll win, probably about 3-1 or something like that. I do think they might score, but I think we'll get the job done. But it's not going to be an easy game. I don't think they're going to be one of them games where they're going to just let us slap them all over the place. I don't think there's going to be that. I think they'll probably defend a lot better. And to be honest, when we've gone to Turf Moor, we've not really ever really battered them like that. Anyway, we've always like won 2-1 or 1-0 or 2-0. So I can see it being that type of game, to be honest. So I'll take that anyway. I'll take it. A win's a win at the end of the day. We just got to keep winning. But if we can win by more than 2 goals, I'm all for it, bruv. Because that's the kind of stuff I want to see. So, but I'll just take the win. W's only. So yeah, we'll win that game.
Yeah,
I think we'll win that game.
yeah. But again, see, Bant, yeah, the reason why I'm actually campaigning for us beating these teams, yeah, and mauling them, not just beating them by 1 goal to 0, but asking for more goals, yeah, there's the reason to it. It's not just for the fun of it. It's not like I just want to disgrace these teams. No, it's because you see the goal haul we had
Of
against
difference.
West Ham put us at par with Man City in terms of goal difference. This is what I'm talking about. So when I'm talking about these goals, I'm not talking about, hey, just show that Arsenal is a big team. No, no, no. That's not all I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is getting lots of goal differences because for some reason, Arsenal haven't been scoring in volume since the start of the season. We've just been winning games, maybe 2-1, 3-1, in some cases 2-2. So we've not really been blitzing teams. So uh, in fact, the better way to put it is that we've not been considering goals also. So that's also the good thing about it. So any goals we're getting right now is helping us, get at least a positive advantage when you come to the goal different, because it will get us over the line if we do find ourselves in the mix in that, first to third, and maybe has to go down the wire to who has, the best goal difference. This is where it really will help Arsenal Football Club get over the line. But again, football bans, man. Uh, do you know of any Burnley players that might cause us problems? I know there's Fofana. I know there's Amadani. I know there's Aaron Ramsey sitting in the middle of the park. Do you think there's any players down there at Burnley that we should be worried about?
Yeah, Vafana, he caused Liverpool some problems the other day, and he was unfortunate not to score. He had two chances, good chances, but um, the quality wasn't there. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be a threat from him. There's another guy as well, the winger. He's quite quick. Can't remember what his name is. There's a
Is
winger for
it the light
Burnley.
skin
Very
brother?
quick. Yeah, he's quick. He's
I forgot his name
lightning.
now. He looks good still.
Is it
He,
Amadani?
he's a I think that's the one. Yeah, yeah. He's a good player, man.
Amadani.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
he's someone that I remember when Liverpool played them at Turf Moor as well. He gave Liverpool problems as well. So he's another one to look out for against Ben White or whoever he's
Big
playing
up
against.
Slice.
So they've definitely got,
Hmm.
they've definitely got players that can hurt you. I know we can talk about, they've been, embarrassing in the league and stuff like that. But on the day, yeah, it doesn't matter. Sometimes, yeah, all it takes is that early goal, an early chance, they score. And then, you know what?
Hmm.
You're on the back foot, and then, you're just like, well, we need to get back into this game. So they've got players, yeah,
Yeah.
that may not be, of the greatest quality, but there's players there that could definitely hurt you.
Definitely. Lawn Tech, will you take a cue from there? And, should we be watching out for any special players? For me, man, I just think we should just go there and impose ourselves on this team. You don't even need any, because top gunners would say, Mikel Arteta masterclass. See, you don't need any masterclass. You just need to go go down to Top More and have a kickabout with the boys and just keep a level-headed approach towards the game. Make sure your defense is alert and compact enough when those stray balls, counter attacks come in and shore up in the middle of the park. Make sure you take your chances in set pieces, of which we will get those chances when it comes to set pieces, and take one or two chances when we do have a chance to score a goal. It's as simple as that. Yeah, you don't need any Mikel Arteta masterclass to go to Burnley and win that game convincingly.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. We should always look at the strengths and weaknesses of our opponents as well. So, like, it's one of them where we should be going there with the mentality of just going there and just beating them anyway. So we shouldn't really be worried about Burnley too tough, but we still got to analyze where the strength and weakness is. I think we can get at them if we pass the ball incisively and start passing the ball around and stuff like that. So, but I'm hoping that we put Trossard up front again, because that guy is quality beyond quality, and
Trossard must be
I've been
there.
calling for that for so
That's a
long,
big
and I'm
one.
glad that he actually did it finally. Because I've been one of the ones calling that for so long. Because I know that boy is quality. Like, I saw it at Brighton, even against us. I've seen him pack us many times. So I know that guy's got quality. So, like, if he plays up front, like, I think we'll win the game anyway. I do think we'll win.
Shout out to
Regardless.
Danny. Danny's a Liverpool fan, but he's also a big member of my channel down here, my setup down here. Big up to you, Danny, man. Respect this guy all day long. Yeah, he knows football, he understands football, and you know, he comes down here to support me once in a while whenever he can. So Danny, he says here, big up fellas. Danny, respect to you all the day, every time. Big ups to you. And Rosie's down here with us, Rosie McDuff. See you guys, my collaborator and my brother down here. It's our anniversary today, so it's an anniversary stream for me and Bant. Bant has a show immediately after the show. 8:40 we'll be leaving this show. So Bant, you said 8:40, right?
Yeah. 8:45 is the show.
So we have about more 9 minutes. See, Bant, quick one. Chelsea have a game against Man City. See, because whenever, shout out to Rosie McDuff, big ups to you. Emmy String, big up to you. Thanks for coming to the show today. Bant, Chelsea have a very important game today. On Saturday, that's tomorrow, against Man City. This is a big game. We all know that Chelsea have the knack for the big games. Let's don't sit down here and pretend that Chelsea don't have the cojones to go head to head with the big teams of the league. Let's get that settled. They drew with Liverpool. Even when we were browning with confidence at the time, winning games, even if not convincingly in the league, but we went down to Stamford Bridge thinking we'll bamboozle these guys. And then, you know, they just stepped up and we didn't win that game either. Man City came to the bridge. You saw what happened. 4-4. That was how it ended. So these guys have the knack for the big games. They also beat Manchester United. This season, we've clearly forgotten about that. So even if these mid-table teams are out there beating Chelsea, they do have the knack for the big games. So do you really think that this is a chance this weekend for Manchester City to actually drop a point and Arsenal have that sniff, just that sniff, that little bit of sniff ahead of Manchester City? Yeah, knowing that anything can happen in that Brentford-Liverpool game and Arsenal could be first this week as we speak. What do you think? I know this is all hypothetical, but what do you think?
For some reason, I just feel that City's just going to have too much for Chelsea, especially with De Bruyne, you know, coming off the bench. I just think City are just in that. They're just in that phase at the moment where they're just beating everyone, you know, and they're set for the course. So as well as Chelsea, you know, played at home against City, I don't think we're going to see that City tomorrow. I hope we do. I hope we do. You know, where Chelsea can take advantage, but I just can't see it. I just see City just giving them some licks tomorrow.
Oh my God!
I see it, man. I see it, man.
City train, man. I'm afraid of the City train. Let's get it. Because we always like talking about City as if, talking about this run as if the run hasn't started. The run has started already. Yeah, I think they're 7 games into that run already. These guys can go the whole 15 games, win it, spit it out, chew it again, and spit it out again. They could win the league. There's a big probability of that. But again, man, we all know that Chelsea have a big knack for the big game. So what do you think, Lantec? Do you think this one will be an exception? Do you think Chelsea would just open up and allow Man City just strip them and shred them to pieces this weekend? Because mind you, they're coming out from back-to-back wins against Aston Villa in the FA Cup. That was a big bounce back. They just beat Crystal Palace, mind you, in a London derby. So they've been able to string a couple of wins together. Especially that win against Aston Villa, it could just turn the season around. And right here, they find themselves in this big matchup against Manchester City. Do you think Man City would just pass through them, cut them up like knife going through butter?
I think, yeah, I do think City might have too much for them, if I'm being honest. Because like what Bant said, they got De Bruyne back now. Haaland just come back, so he's back in the
Yeah,
groove.
exactly.
And literally, yeah. So like this is round about the time where City do click into gear. This time of year, so they know what they need to do. So
Exactly.
I don't really see them slipping up against Chelsea. I'd love it to happen. And I think Chelsea will give them a decent game. But I just think in the end, yeah, they're just going to have a bit too much. But hope and pray, like Movado, like that they can at least scrape a draw. But who knows, man? Who knows? But
yeah,
I could see City winning if I'm being honest. I could see them. I could see Haaland scoring as well, if I'm being honest. Like, because the way Chelsea come out, their defense is a bit, yeah. You know what I mean? They'll concede a lot of chances, if I'm being honest. But I do think they'll cause City a bit of a threat going forward. Like they got Sterling still in the team. They got Palmer. They got Action Jackson up front. So you never know. They could cause problems. But I do think City will.
Jackson is there.
I do think City
What did you call Jackson, man? What did you call
Action
Jackson?
Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
Isn't Silver still injured and Grealish?
I think so, yeah.
And Vardio's injured as well.
Exactly. Grealish
injured. Is he
injured?
injured?
One more player, Bernardo Silva, is injured.
I think he's got a groin injury.
Injuries is that to prevent team. Yeah, Bernardo has a groin issue, but again, we don't know the extent of that.
They'll probably play Doku anyway. So it's one of them.
Yeah, they've got Doku.
They'll play Doku, and I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. Yeah. Although I love Grealish, but I don't think they'll miss him for this game personally. I think they'll do the job.
Shout out to True Gunner. That's another big friend of ours. True Gunner. Go subscribe to that channel. DJ Crane is in the house. Big up to DJ Crane, man. Hopefully I see you here tomorrow. DJ. Rosie, please be here with me and Bant tomorrow. Yeah, please. You have to be down here with me and Bant tomorrow. Bant, predictions for the match.
I'm gonna go for a 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal, decent, man. Long Tech, man. What do you think? Prediction.
I'm gonna go 3-1. 3-1.
That's a good 3-1.
Yeah, great. Okay, 3-1. Shout out to Amy Baba, who is on the channel down here with us. This is one of our first subscribers. He's a friend of mine. Big up to Amy Baba, that guy, our brother. Amy Baba, see, man, we have to have trust. Oh my God, let me squeeze this in. Bant, I've not asked you. Do you want Trossard in the middle tomorrow? I've not asked you, so it's good to ask you this. Do you want to see him in the middle of leading our attack tomorrow, or do you want to see Martinelli in that makeshift position? At least we've come to that conclusion that Eddie Nketiah, the king of Zamunda, is not good enough for that position. He can stay on the bench. I don't want to see him play. Leontek is laughing. I don't want to see my
I want Trossard. Yeah, no, I want Trossard. I want the same team as last week. I want Trossard starting. I don't want to see Nketiah. I don't want to even see Jesus. He might be fit. I don't want to see him starting. Give Trossard, let Trossard play. If he's poor, then bring him off for Jesus. But please don't put Jesus and drop Trossard, because I'll be mad about that. And that's how you give up games.
Yeah, exactly. See, people, we've come to the end of the show. See it, guys. Football Bant has a show immediately after this. It's back-to-back entertainment. You have to go down to his channel right now, and as we speak, and join him for his show. Football Bant, tell us what you got coming up, the content of what you got coming up, and tell them about your channel, man.
Yeah, it's the Friday link up, everyone come down to my channel. Today, you know what? I didn't even structure today because I just want it to be an open platform. I'm gonna have Onome on my show, hopefully if he turns up. And it's just gonna be an open platform, we're just gonna discuss whatever, you know. Obviously he's gonna want to talk about his team and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna want to talk about my team, but we're gonna talk about other
Yeah,
things as well. And yeah, it should be quite entertaining. I do like to wind him up sometimes, but yeah, just come on down. Friday link up. We're chilling. Anyone that wants to come onto the show, anyone wants to have questions, got questions in the chat, just ask us the questions. Ask us anything. I'm answering every question today.
yeah. Guys, please join Football Band in about a minute down there. Lion Tech, please shout out your channel, man.
Yeah, love for having me on the channel again, Tony. Big up Bants as well. You know already. Like Lion Text TV on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. There will be content like after the game, so probably a review at some point tomorrow. So look out for that. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Otherwise, boys, it might not be a nice review still, but I'm sure it'll be a positive review. So like make sure you like have the notification bell on, so like it will drop out after the game at some point. So like love to everyone in the
Yeah,
chat and
definitely.
as well. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel and subscribe to Lion
Yeah.
Text TV as well.
Yeah. See, guys, go and subscribe to Football Band's channel. That's a big must. You should go and do that right now. Do the same thing with Lion Tech TV right now as we speak. And Football Bands has a show right now. So go down to the channel right now as we speak. From me, Band and Lion Tech, we are out.